But this building will also serve thousands of students across all majors on our campus. The School of Art and Visual Studies is central to the arts and creativity component of our UK core curriculum. Therefore, this facility will help us provide high-quality arts education and expand our interdisciplinary programs. I'd like to thank former Provost Subaswamy for helping to spearhead this initiative. Just 4 years ago, along with Dean Tick, he brought this building to the attention of the administration. Without the leadership and vision of those two individuals, this day would not have been possible. And of course, thank you to our Board of Trustees and President Capilouto for their stewardship in making this day possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Provost Tracy. It is altogether appropriate that our next speaker is with us. As you can tell, we are not secluded in the quiet part of campus as we speak to you this morning. We are blessed, though, seriously, to have people like the Lexington Fire Department and our UK hospital and our Chandler Hospital and all the many people that do life-saving work on a moment-to-moment basis. I started to introduce our next gentleman and the appropriateness of him being here because this is where the city and the university really come together. And also it's appropriate that he's here because his family business, which he had to kind of give up to become mayor of our great city, and now in his second term, I'm talking about Jim Gray. But his family knows something about building, and this is the kind of innovative project and taking something old and making it new again, and I know that Jim appreciates this very much. So please welcome our next speaker, the Honorable Jim Gray, Mayor of Lexington.
Well, thank you, Carl, Dr. Capilouto, and members of the podium, the distinguished guests. Thank you all for inviting me here today. This is really, as Dr. Capilouto said, this is an inspiring day. From a tobacco production facility to a place that will now encourage and produce fine art, this building represents perhaps the most extraordinary example of contemporary adaptive reuse in our city today. It hits all the right notes for preservation and adaptive reuse in an elegant way, even down to the basement, which I have visited. Congratulations, as the provost has already said, congratulations to Dean Michael Tick and Associate Dean Rob Jensen for their leadership, for their vision. Faculty, like my friends, Arturo Sandoval, Bob Tharsing, Lynn Sweet, Ebony Patterson, Dima Strakowski, for their patience, I guess, for all of your patience, those members of the faculty, and endurance, as the president said earlier. Your close collaboration with leading architects from our city, Omni Architects, led by partners Michael Jacobs and Eric Zabilka, has created a facility that is full of light and enlightened opportunities for collaboration and creativity, while also preserving an important piece of our city's history. In the early 1900s, this building, known as the Liggett and Myers Building, spurred the growth of the tobacco industry in Lexington and attracted many national manufacturers to Lexington. It was near the main line of the L&N Railroad, setting the bar for other tobacco warehouses and leading to thousands of jobs at that time. Today, the building has the opportunity to attract creative and talented faculty and students to Lexington and be an example across the country for that leadership. And to Lexington, a city that believes in the importance of art and in supporting and growing our creative community. It means helping our economy in a way that quality of life and that economy stimulates. So from the point of view of the city, and as Carl said, the closeness, 5 minutes walk away, this is a remarkable and inspiring day, and thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Mayor Gray. Next gentleman, who came to us several years ago from Louisiana State University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He'd heard about the University of Kentucky, and I think he'd even heard a little bit about the fact that we needed some help with a home for art and visual studies. But he didn't shy away from coming. He welcomed the challenge, and today we stand very proudly in front of this building. Please welcome a man who's worked very hard toward the success of this project, Dean Michael Tick, Dean of the College of Fine Arts.
Thank you, Carl. President Capilouto, Provost Tracy, Mayor Gray, Austin, faculty, staff, students, and friends. Today, we finally celebrate a proper home for the School of Art and Visual Studies. This project, as you've heard, has been years in the making, and there are so many folks to thank for their passion and their persistence. My predecessor, former Dean of the College of Fine Arts, Bob Shea. Bob fought throughout his tenure to resolve the safety issues of the Reynolds Building. We owe a tremendous amount of gratitude to the Board of Trustees, President Capilouto, and Provost Tracy for their unwavering support. I must thank Eric Monday, Executive Vice President for Finance and Administration, and Angie Martin, Vice President for Financial Planning, who worked with us on funding new furniture in the building, as well as specialized equipment. I think it was Eric that said, "You are not bringing 40-year-old furniture from the Reynolds Building." That was a good observation on his part. I must also acknowledge Bob Weissman, the former Vice President for Facilities Management, and Mary Vosevich, the current Vice President for Facilities Management, for their guidance as we have weathered the expected and the unexpected along this path. In programming this building, we have witnessed a new energy and excitement for the visual arts at UK. This is a turning point for our college and a moment in time we won't soon forget. Our faculty and staff, they're excited to work in a space that inspires creativity, but is properly ventilated and structurally sound, truly state-of-the-art. This building has breathed new life and renewed sense of community and pride in our college. Beyond our college, as Provost Tracy has indicated, this building will serve thousands of students every day across all majors in the university through our many UK core classes, as well as members of the Lexington community through our Fine Arts Institute. This new facility will help us provide high-quality arts training and expand our interdisciplinary programs. This building will certainly help us attract and retain the best faculty and recruit the best students. It will not only be a recruiting tool for the College of Fine Arts and the School of Art and Visual Studies, but the entire university. It already has. Additionally, we hope this building will serve as a resource to the campus and community and beyond through our specialized digital media labs, including our 3D fabrication lab. I'd like to also thank our alumni who have joined us for this event today and have contributed works to the exhibition you will see in our gallery. I'd also like to recognize all College of Fine Arts faculty, staff, emeritus faculty, and students with us today. You are the lifeblood of this school and of the college. Would all of you please stand and raise your hand so we can recognize you. Students, alumni, faculty, staff. Thanks. I must also thank Amy Nelson of the UK Art Museum for planning and executing this event today. Her commitment can't be understated. I must recognize Jennifer Chantarelli, CFA's Communication Director, Whitney Hale, Senior Information Specialist with UK Public Relations and Marketing, Rachel Copeland, CFA's Chief Financial Officer, and Kim Harris, CFA's Development Director, for their many contributions. Lastly, I'm going to do something that's not in the script. Ruth, could you please come up here and sit in my seat? Ruth Adams. I am grateful beyond words for Rob Jensen and Ruth Adams, School of Art and Visual Studies Director and Associate Director, respectively, for their deep and their thoughtful involvement in the planning and the execution of this building. Days, weeks, months of meetings with the architects, the faculty, and the staff to get it right. The building was designed and outfitted specifically to meet the needs of our students and to enhance their creative scholarship. Rob and Ruth, along with our Omni partners, have made sure that this building functions in that capacity and is a reflection of the creative and innovative spirit of the school. In short, we would not be here today without their steadfast dedication, professionalism, and tireless efforts. So, finally, on behalf of the College of Fine Arts, the School of Music, the Department of Theater and Dance, the Program in Arts Administration, the UK Art Museum, Singletary Center, and of course the School of Art and Visual Studies, I offer my congratulations and profound gratitude to Rob and to Ruth. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Tick. That is tough to follow. Great job. But the man who has to follow, and the dean said some kind things about him, deservedly so. Please welcome Dr. Rob Jensen, Director of the School of Art and Visual Studies. Rob?
Wow, I'm incredibly excited and proud to be here today. It's just phenomenal. We've been working on this project for 3 years now, over 3 years. So anyway, this morning I feel like a Hollywood actor at the Academy Awards with too many people to thank before the music starts playing. I'd love to be able to thank everyone from the engineers to the painters who worked on this project, but to all those who I can't name, I just want them to know how grateful the faculty, the staff, and the students are in the School of Art and Visual Studies for all their help in creating this magnificent facility. And it really is a magnificent building. Of those I must name, I want to begin with the Omni architects, especially Eric Zabilka and Mike Jacobs and Michael Jernasik. I think you're all sitting on the back. There's Eric. Is Mike here? And Michael, yeah, good. And Joe Powers, who helped us design the building, plan the building. I think he's here as well. Thank you, Joe. They did an exceptional job interpreting the complex needs of the faculty and the aspirations of the school within a tight budget to produce a building that is at once utterly functional, a no-frills structure, and yet is a beautiful and indeed inspirational place. I believe that this building is a physical metaphor for the school. It's firmly rooted in the past, but is designed to take the school into a promising future. For me personally, this project has been the most rewarding experience of my professional career. and I've been in academics for 40 years now. For that, I have to thank Dean Tick, who not only pointed out the availability of this building to UK as a possible new home for the School of Art, and which in a matter of a few days Bob Weissman turned into a reality, but almost at the same time appointed me as interim director, handing me the job of guiding the project to completion. It is the best present I have ever had. Dean Tick's tireless support of the school and advocacy for the college is creating an enduring legacy at UK. The school and I also owe a huge debt to our former chair, Ben Withers. Ben? All right, there you go. Back. Ben's wise leadership of the department and constant advocacy for either renovating or replacing the dilapidated Reynolds building caused the department to grow into a school and the school to find its new home. All this, I believe, would not have happened without Ben. He was, and he continues to be, a fierce advocate for student success, and this building provides exactly that. From Ben, I inherited a well-run unit with an exceptional faculty. My job was just not to screw it up. And for that, and throughout the 3 years we've worked on this project, I have to thank my associate director, Ruth Adams, who has been my right arm and my left arm and probably both of my legs. Together, Ruth and I have had the exceptional good fortune to work with our project manager, Sandy Redmond, who I don't see here today, I don't see Sandy, too bad, whose sweet exterior belies her tough-as-nail skills. I've learned an incredible amount from Sandy over the years. It's been a joy to work with her. We're grateful, too, for D.W. Wilburn, the project contractor, and especially Bill Stakeland, and I don't believe he's here either, who saw us through the major portion of the project, and his lieutenant, Nick Ray, who helped us finish out the building. And I also want to thank the folks at CMTA, especially Bill Sharp and Carrie Kelty, who worked with us on the project. And finally, I want to send out a special thanks to Liz Steves over there. Liz, you want to raise your hand? Thank you. And she is in the College of Fine Arts Business Office, and she provided unbelievable help for me in purchasing the furniture and equipment for the new School of Art and Visual Studies building. I hope you all enjoy this place. I know I'm going to. Thank you very much.
And now batting cleanup, but actually he's about 8th in the batting order, but very important because he's representing the students in the School of Art and Visual Studies. He is a senior. Please welcome Tom Baker. Tom.
So as I mentioned, I am a student here. I have to confess, when I started at the University of Kentucky, I had no idea, I think like a lot of students, what I wanted to do. And so they asked me to explain why it is that I'm a art student. And the answer is quite simple. The faculty made it easy. They have a creativity requirement with the University of Kentucky Core. I took a class. I enjoyed it immensely. And in that experience, I decided that I wanted to pursue this. When I started taking more art classes, I found a welcoming and affirming environment. The faculty just made it so easy. They nurture us, they care for us, they cultivate our talent, they cultivate our desire, and they articulate through their lives a way that we can exist in both the creative arts and hopefully eventually vocationally. My first experience in this building, I came in here over the summer, and I noticed, and this word came to mind that seemed very important, intentionality. In the Reynolds building, and I don't want to say anything bad about the Reynolds building, it was a wonderful environment as far as creativity goes, but it sort of seemed like it was haphazardly put together. Like spaces were there almost arbitrarily. When you enter this building, everything is intentionally laid out, which makes it easy for us students to know where to go, where to be, and to see what everybody else is doing. It's a wonderful creative environment for that reason. And I can't express how easy it is. It's also intentionally collaborative. Our spaces are open, both in terms of the studio space where all students work and in the BFA, MFA studios. So there are no doors. There's no, Bob said he would tear down any curtains that go up, any partitions. We're all open. And so we get to see what each other are doing. My first experience, once classes started, I had 2 different MFA students who we really didn't know each other prior to that come in, see my work, show me their work, and we could collaborate on that. Again, intentionality. They mentioned a collaborative environment. It's intentionally laid out that way, and it is a wonderful working experience. So for that, I would like to thank everybody that made this possible. I would like to thank everybody that has created this environment, particularly, again, as I mentioned, the faculty that do such a wonderful job of cultivating in us that sense of both creativity, and they challenge us to be better than what we are. So hopefully when we leave here, when we graduate, we are changed. They mentioned transformative in terms of this building being transformed, but our lives are transformed as well. And for that, I would just like to thank all of the faculty and everybody else who made this possible. It is a wonderful experience to be a student here.
Thank you, Tom. Very well said. You can see why we're proud of our students here at the University of Kentucky. We are going to have tours of the building. We're going to have refreshments inside, but first we've got to take a few photos. So first, and ceremonially cut the ribbon. First we need Dr. Capilouto, Mayor Gray, Austin Mullen, Dean Tick, Dr. Jensen, Provost Tracy, Tom Baker, and Ruth Adams to stand behind the ribbon. But we're not going to cut, we're going to take a picture without cutting the ribbon in this first photo. So we need all of these speakers behind us to stay where you are, and please also join Eric Mundy, Mike Jacobs, Omni Architects to please come up, and this time they will actually cut the ribbon. Do we need anybody else for this one? We're good? Next photo, all of the above plus School of Art and Visual Studies students, other representatives from Omni, and Sandy Redmond if she's here. And please come forward for the photo.